Why is a marriage couples counselor necessary rather than just helpful? There are three reasons, and I'll give them to you 3 videos in a row. First time I tried it, it took 15 minutes, and YouTube said it was too long, they wouldn't publish it. So I'll have to give it to you in 3 ways. First of all, if we say that marriage counseling is necessary, it means you cannot get the information from a self-help book or talking to your parents or your friends or your co-workers. You actually have to pay a professional counselor to help you with your marriage or your relationship. This is a new idea, isn't it? Well, it's been going on for a long time. Folks in relationships just haven't been willing to recognize it because they thought that they could do it themselves. That's why the divorce rate is still 50% for first-timers and about 70% for second-timers, and for third it gets worse. Let me give you one reason why marriage counseling is necessary. We all have things in our relationships that we will not say. We know we need to say them, but we won't. And one reason is it makes us feel vulnerable and out of control. And we don't want to be vulnerable and out of control, so we don't say them. Now, the basic phrase of marriage is, I love you. That's not too hard to say, is it? But imagine how many people, I can tell you how many people there are who are in a relationship or who are married who don't say I love you every day. Why say I love you? For the woman, it's very important to hear because she can't get much emotion out of the man, but at least if he will say, I love you, she thinks she knows where she stands emotionally with him. So she wants to hear, I love you. And the man likes to hear it too, if he would admit it. But a steady diet of I love you will cause a marriage or a relationship to be dull and lifeless. You need to say more. I love you because you're supportive. I love you because you take such good care of the children. I love you because you're so pretty. I love you because you're so intelligent. I love you because there are just so many things that we can say about our beloved about why I love you, but we don't. Well, will not say them. We think them, but we will not say them. And in many cases, we watch our relationship, our marriage, turn into a breakup or divorce because we don't say those things. Now, isn't that ridiculous? But this is one reason that a marriage couples counselor is necessary. Necessary to coax you to say what you need to say. Now, I can tell you, it's so interesting. I'll have a couple in and get them to say, I love you because. It's difficult at first, but we practice in the session. First, they make a list of why they love the other person, and then they trade off saying it in the session. He says, I love you because whatever. She says, I love you because. He says again, I love you because, I love you because, I love you because. All through the session, it's learning to be comfortable with saying, I love you because. They come back the next week, and I say, okay, how many times did you say I love you because during the week? Well, I did it once, he says. And she said, well, I did it twice. How can you have a loving, vibrant relationship when you only say it once or twice a week? You need to say it more. That's why people hire me, is to get them to do the things that they need to do. Other things that couples will not say are things like, I think there's something wrong with our relationship, but I don't know what it is. That's the time to say that to the other person. But spouses don't say it, and they build up until they become divorce or a lifeless marriage. I know what the problem is, but I don't know how to say it. I'm afraid I might offend you. That's another reason I'm necessary, is to get you to say that very thing to the other person. You need to communicate these things, and you won't do it by yourself. You can't find out how to do it in a book. Now, if there's so many books written on how to be successful in marriage, those books are wonderful, and if we would do all of the things they say to do, then our marriages would be perfect and there would be no divorces. But the reason that there are so many divorces and so many lifeless relationships is because we read this stuff, but we don't have the courage to do it. So you hire somebody like me to come in and force you to say it so you can have better communication and a better marriage. So the first reason that you need a marriage couples counselor is to coax you into saying the many things that are necessary to cause your marriage relationship to be vibrant, loving, caring, positive, with a growing intimacy and a growing future. The next video will concern another reason as to why you need marriage couples counseling. Watch for it.